Welcome to the Java 8 optional class session. In this session, we will see what is optional class, why optional class is required, and what are the methods available in optional classes. We all know that everything in Java is called as objects. Objects may or may not have the values. Sometimes if object is having value, no problem, we can able to perform the activities. Sometimes if the object is not having value, that time we will face issues like null pointer exception. Let us consider an example. For our testing purpose, we have created two objects e and e1. Let us see string name is equals to e dot get name, system dot out dot println name dot to uppercase. To run this one, if you run this one, we are able to see the result uppercase of this one. Now let us run e1 and see. Here we are getting null pointer exception because the object e1 is not having the name null. So consider we are not sure what values will be available in the object. So if you want to check IDs, the ID having value, name, email, mobile number, address, these are the fields whether they have values in it or not. How so? To check this one, generally what we will do, we will use if conditions to check the null value, the values, the presence of the value. Like here I will do like name not equal to null, then we will perform uppercase operation, otherwise we will return name. So let us run this one. We're able to see null. See, we're able to see we're able to, and we are hide the null pointer exception. Just we hide the null pointer exception. So to do like this, if you want to do for all the elements, name, email, mobile number, address, all the fields, it is not a good practice checking if conditions. So to avoid this, Java 8 introduces a class called optional class. So by using optional class in Java, we can able to predict the null pointer exceptions. Now we will see what are the optional class methods available, and we will go in detail. Before that, let us go and see the documents, Oracle official documents for Java 8 optional class methods. Here we are able to see empty, filter, flap map, get, if present, if is present, map, off, nullable, or else. These are all the optional class methods. Now we will go one by one in detail. So empty method, this empty method is used to create the optional object, empty optional object. That means the optional object will not have any value. Let us implement this one. Optional string of name is equals to optional dot empty. Let us print this one, system dot out dot println of name. So let us run this one. Optional dot empty methods returns the empty optional object. Now let us see how off method will works. Off method is used to create an optional object with specified non-null value. Let us run this one and see. So it creates the optional object with the specified non-null value. If the value is null, if the value is not present, that time it will give null pointer exception. Let us see. Let us pass the null value to the off method and see. So to avoid this null pointer exception, while creating the optional objects, we are having another method called off nullable method. Off nullable method is used to create an optional object with the specified value if the value is non-null. Otherwise, it creates the empty optional. So we will use optional dot off nullable and we will pass e dot get name, and let us print this one. We are able to create the optional object with the non-null value. Let us give null value and see. Null value means if the value is not present. In this case, how it will behaves. So this off nullable value creates the optional empty object when the value is absent. So these are all the methods, like empty, off and off null methods are used to create the optional objects. Let us see get method. Get method returns the value of the non optional object. If the value is not there, that time it will throw no such element exception. So in our case, let us see, we are having name and we'll run this one. It is returning Mohammedaram because in our class, because in our employee object employee object we are having name. Let us see if we have if we don't have value, that time how this get method will behave. So this get method behaves like it will throw no such element exception. Sometimes if the value is present, we will return that value. If the value is not there, that time we will return some default value. In that cases, we will go with or else element. Or else method, what it will do, if the value is present, it will return that value. If the value is not there, it returns the default value, whatever the value present there. No name. Let us run this one. So here we are having a value, so we are able to retrieve, we are able to get the actual value. If value is not there, that time how it will behave, let us see. So the value is absent, so it is giving the whatever the specified or else value. If present is a method. This method is used to perform the action if the value is present. Otherwise, if the value is not there, that time no action will be taken. Let us see how if present method will works. Name dot if present, if it is there, s dot system dot out dot println, we will do to uppercase. In our case, first one we are having value name value, we are having what name value name we are having the value name. So in this case, if present, so the value is present, the value is present, so the whatever the operation, whatever the supplier we have provided, it is executed. Let us see, if we don't have a value, it should not do any action. Yes, it is not performing any action. Is present method will return true if the value is present, otherwise it will returns false. System dot out dot println of name dot is present. Let us run this one. So we are able to get, if the value is present, so we are getting true. Let us pass null value and let us check. It is giving false. So this is how if present method will works. Our next method we are having or else get method. This or else get method is similar to or else method, but or else method will take a argument as a value, but this or else get method take the value argument as a supplier. Let us see how this one will works. System name optional label of e dot get name or else name dot or else get method. If or else get method is there, if the value is not there, then what we will do, we will return some value. No value available or no name available. Let us run this one. So this one or else get method will returns the value of the optional object if it is present. If it is not there, whatever the supplier we have provided, that one it will returns. Now let us see, we will pass a null value and let us see. So the value even dot get name is null, so the value is absent, so it is returning the whatever the supplier we have given, that result it is giving. Next or else throw. Next we will see or else throw. So of nullable of e dot get name. So or else throw, this method is used to throw an exception if the value is not present. If the value is present, then this or else throw method will give that presented value. So we'll raise or else throw. If the value is not there, then we will throw our own exception. So here we will give throw new exception. We will throw new exception of or else throw. Okay, it is unheld exception, so we have to add it to the method signature. Let us run this one. So value is present, so this or else throw method returns the presented value. If you don't have the value, that time it will throws the exception, that is we are throwing the exception. If you see here, no name available, this is of type exception. This is how or else throw method will works. Let us see how this map method will works. Map method applies a given function if value is present and returns the optional containing the result. If the result is null, it will returns the optional object. Let us see, we are having name as optional. System.out.println name dot map of string s will perform s dot to uppercase. Let us run this one. To lowercase we have given lowercase, so there is no difference, so we will use to uppercase method and see. So this map method returns a result of applied function. If the result is If we have value, so it returns this one. If we pass not null value, if we pass null value, that means if the value is absent, how it will behave. Let us see. So if the value is not there, if the value is not present, that time it will return optional empty object. Let us see how filter method will works. For this testing purpose, we will use instead of string we will use employee, optional of employee we will use e of employee e. Now we will use this one, system dot out dot println of name dot filter of employee e dot get name equal to example momedaram MOMEDARAM. If name equal to momedaram, then we will return map of employee again we will give e dot get name. We are already given employee emplo y, we will give as employee emplo y employee. Yeah, now let us run this one. So this filter hence this filter, if value is present and matches with the given condition, then it will returns the result of that optional containing. If the value is not there, like we will give a new employee. If the value is not there, that time it will give optional employee, that time it will give optional empty. Let us see. Yes, it is giving optional empty one. This is how these are all the optional class methods available in Java 8 to predict the null pointer exceptions. Hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.